Alright guys, let's take a look at Thorswap or THOR on the channel for the first time since May the 2nd of this year. You're talking about almost 7 months ago, and we're at the same point it was. I mean, we're exactly at the same point 7 months later almost. And we do have some news today where we have tried to break through this resistance. Now, this resistance is about a year-long resistance. Let's just go back here and put this on a weekly time frame. Let me zoom in a little bit. You can see this basically starts in December of last year. Now, we do have several wicks above this line, but nothing really as major as today except for this wick here in January of this year. So this is the second largest wick above this line. And yeah, we are getting a rejection. We are struggling with 9.35 cents. We also have 10.4 cents. And yeah, this area here is just going to be a little bit stronger because of this trend line. So let's see. We are getting some positive signs. We are above the point we have been basically since May. But we haven't closed the weekly candle yet, of course. But if we closed it here, this would be a good sign, guys. This would take out this whole trading range that we've been in for about, what, 5-6 months, guys. So this is a good start. Now, we do need to get above this local high. I would say if we get above about 12.5 cents, I will be a little bit more positive. Plus, we need to break this trend line, of course. But mainly, 12.5 cents is the area to really break above. Now, looking at the volume profile, you can see we are just slightly above the point of control here, sitting around 8 cents. We are sitting right there, guys. We need to get above about 13 cents, though, and then it's going to be a lot easier to go up here. There really isn't much trading volume above about 50 cents, though, so that's why I haven't really extended this more upwards here. But yeah, most of the trading has taken place really between about, let's say, 46 cents all the way down to about 3 cents. So this is just one giant trading range. It's just going back and forth. You probably could have played this pretty well for some time. And, you know, if you would have just sold somewhere near the top of the range here and then bought back lower, yeah, you would have a lot more Thorswap. Now, on the monthly Bollinger Bands here, they are quite wide. They're not really pinching together just yet, so really nothing to see here. Let's put this on the 1 week time frame. It is a bit narrow, I can say here. Probably one of the most narrow points that I have seen on this chart even. So not too bad. Maybe it's trying to help the price a little bit, but it isn't really pinching, I would say, just yet. So if we look at the daily time frame, also it's more like an intestine, but it's not really pinching again. So I can't really say that the Bollinger Bands are helping the price action, unfortunately. Jumping over to the RSI and Stochastic here, the Stochastic on the monthly time frame is coming up pretty heavily here. Basically in October, it crossed the red line to the upside. Now the RSI is sloping up here. It was quite flat for some time, but it's starting to go up. So this is a good sign, I would say. Now if we go to the weekly time frame, a little bit overheated here on Stochastic, but the blue line looks like it wants to make another run to the upside. So that's a good sign, but it is overheated. So the RSI is coming up pretty heavily, but it's not in overheated territory just yet. Now, if we look at the daily time frame, the blue line kind of looks like it wants to curve back around here, I would say. It is overheated. The RSI is right on the line, so it's also about to probably turn back around. The 4-hour time frame coming down pretty heavily here on Stochastic. Now, it's almost in this oversold territory. So, yeah, probably in the next several 4-hourly candles, it's probably going to turn back to the upside. Now, RSI is kind of flat here, slightly below the overbought territory. But, yeah, it still has some room to grow. Now, if we look at the 1-hour time frame, it's coming back up here. It's in oversold territory on the Stochastic. RSI, a little bit flat, kind of sloping up right now, but still in good territory. So not bad for the 1 hour, I would say. And the 15-minute time frame is overbought here on Stochastic. And the RSI is kind of riding this line here, but it is just slightly above the overbought territory. So a lot of mixed signals here, I would say, for Thorswap. Let me just put this on a 4-hour time frame. And basically, I am not expecting to really break this trend line until a lot of these indicators are reset. Yeah, I just don't think it has the strength to do so. If we look at this on the daily time frame, it's been going up since about the 23rd, so it's about 5 days going up here. You do have this small red here, but that's a very bullish candle, I can say. But yeah, I do think it needs to reset some candles before it makes another push and breaks this trend line. Now, as for the MACD, here you can see this blue line is about to cross the red line to the upside. We do have this fading red period, so monthly time frame looks excellent, I would say. Now, if we go to the 1 week time frame, also we are in a green period. This is very nice to see. Blue line is headed up pretty heavily here, and on the daily time frame, also getting a green period here. Blue line has just crossed the red line to the upside. We're getting out of this red period here. So yeah, momentum looks excellent on the longer term time frames on the MACD for Thorswap. Now, is there any news pumping this? No, not really, guys. You don't see any news right here in CoinGecko. And anyways, if we go up here, Thorswap is the number 1,168 coin. It has dropped a lot recently. It's up about 10% today. It's one of the bigger gainers that I have. Now, if we look at my holdings, I am slightly up here, only about 20 bucks. I only have about 100 bucks of Thorswap here. But I do have Thor chains, so I have both. And this actually goes together pretty much. So anyways, the total supply is about 281 million tokens. That is why I like this project, guys, because the max supply is the same. So pretty much most of this is circulating as well. That is not a lot of coins, guys. So if you think about it, it's like BNB, really, maybe a little bit more than BNB or something like GT. I know this is not an exchange token, but yeah, I mean, this is a very low token supply, so it has the potential, if it's a good project, it has the potential to go up quite a bit just because of this low supply. Now, the all-time high was $3.05. It says 97% down. 4 years ago this happened. All-time low was about 3 months ago. So if you picked it up there, excellent buy. You're up about 215%. Now, is it going back to $3.05? Probably not, guys, unless a miracle happens. I could see a situation, though, where Thor Chain gets out of bankruptcy, and that might help Thorswap's price. So possibly it goes up to $1, maybe even $2 in that case, but I don't think it's going to probably reach this $3 mark. Now, before I go a little farther in this video, guys, you can claim some bonuses on my favorite crypto exchanges below. We also have Moodix here. You can get a free 7-day trial. And if you're looking for a cold wallet, the CypherRock X1 is about to start airdropping within the wallet, guys. So it's going to pay you pretty much everything that you paid for it back. Now, you can get 17% off your order today if you use this link. And guys, if you want to, you can follow me on X here. Now, looking at Bitcoin, I have chosen to adjust this line just slightly here. Maybe it fits a little bit better, and we do have a slight loss of this trend line back on Wednesday, but it pumped right back above it, so that's a good sign. Now, I did have it somewhere about right here, I believe, the other day, but yeah, let's just put it here for now. I think it lines up a little bit better when I look at it. And if we go to Ethereum, it does look a little bit better. It stayed above this trend line pretty much the whole time. And look at the pattern, guys. You have like a pump and then consolidation, pump, consolidation, pump, consolidation, pump, consolidation, pump, and probably some consolidation for a little while. Now, this is the 4-hour time frame, so keep that in mind. I do expect somewhere around here in the weekend, probably it will start pumping again. Next resistance is up here at about $3,200, and that is trying to get through this Fibonacci where it's at right now. Now, the Bitcoin monthly returns right now in November, we're almost at the end, unfortunately. We are 17% down at the moment. Now, it's not the worst month we have ever had. But anyways, it's one of the worst. But unfortunately, we're probably going to end, somewhere around 15, 16, 17% down for this month. Now, if we go to the total market cap, guys, we are kind of stuck between about 3.05 trillion and $3.1 trillion right now. We got a rejection today here, unfortunately, and we do have this long-term trend line that we do need to get above as well. Now, if we go to the total market cap excluding Bitcoin, again, we are stuck between a rock and a hard place, basically. We do need to get above this trend line. This trend line has actually been holding us down since the beginning of October. So yeah, you can see here Tuesday, October 7th, and we've hit this several times. We haven't been able to break it just yet, and that would be a major start, a major breakthrough if we can get through this. Now, as for the Bitcoin dominance, we do have a tiny red candle today. I mean, this is just very tiny. It really hasn't budged today, and it's a Friday. But keep in mind, we are the day after Thanksgiving, but we're still on the right track here as long as we keep following this line and we break this red line here, which is the approximate neckline of this head and shoulders. Now, let me just put this on a weekly time frame so you can see this a little bit better, a little bit quicker. And we do have this shoulder, we got this head, and we got this other shoulder here that is forming. Now, we need to break the neckline, and then the target is all the way down here, guys. And basically, this is the zone that we typically get to, when you start to probably sell your altcoins. And yeah, we need to get to about 48%, all the way down to about 39.5% or so. And that's when you're going to see, for example, Solana at $400 or $500. You're going to see ADA at $5, $6, $7. XRP will be $8 or $10, etc. USDT dominance still hanging above this trend line. Now, that's not a good thing. We do need to get below this, but we still, if we put this on a monthly time frame, we have time. We still have 2 days and 3 hours, but mainly this trend line has held us down for quite some time, basically since June of 2022. I do think we will get below this, but we need to get under about 6%, maybe 5.99 to be certain, and make sure that this trend line rejects us. Now, the altcoin season index is at 35. It has actually gone slightly down today, unfortunately. If we go to the liquidation heat map, I'm surprised more haven't been wrecked today than $289 million, because we went up to about $93,000 on Bitcoin. And yeah, I mean, there's actually still more longs getting wrecked than shorts. Now, fear and greed at a 25. I do think we'll probably trend up a little bit more tomorrow. Probably get out of extreme fear into fear. Yesterday was a 22 though, and the next update is in about 2.5 hours. Now, I need to go ahead and warn you guys that one of the 30 indicators is officially hit at the moment. Now, I'm not sure that this is actually a good indicator. If we go to the Bitcoin bubble index, earlier today it looked like there was a big green line extending up here. Maybe it was a glitch. But if we go to my X post, you can see this line right here, guys. And I did make a post. Basically, this is when there's market euphoria, prices rising too fast, there's social media hype, sentiment is extremely bullish, and basically, historically, Bitcoin tops from here. Now, there could have been a lot of social media hype, and the sentiment could have been extremely bullish because, yeah, yesterday was Thanksgiving, and a lot of people were talking to their family about it. So maybe this made some false indication. I don't think we would see a candle this high, but maybe we can see something like this, I would say. But anyways, I believe that the indicator probably still isn't truly hit. Well, next week, we do have a lot of economic data, guys. But if we just look at Monday, we have Chicago PMI, we got global manufacturing PMI, ISM numbers, Atlanta Fed GDP now, and Fed Chair Powell is speaking. So keep that in mind. If we look at Moodyx, today was a positive day. Sentiment is still risk on. That trend is growing. So everything is fine according to Moodyx. And if we go to FedWatch Tools, 87% chance we're still getting a cut. So that's all fine, guys. Unfortunately, today is a little bit of a red day, though, when it comes to crypto bubbles. Now, if you want to stake your Thorswap, there is actually no information here, unfortunately, on CoinOndo. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends, guys. Check out some of those links that I do have down below. I really appreciate those who have been using them. And guys, I will see you in the next video.